Hello everyone, welcome to this tutorial. So in this tutorial I'm going to talk about list. List is a numbering system that is used. The type of list that we use is the ordered and unordered list. Ordered lists are lists that uses numerics to number them, and unordered lists are the ones that use shapes to show the importance here. So I'm going to start from ordered list. So I'll just delete from heading 2 down, and in heading 1 I will put ordered list. So in ordered list now, the tags is OL. OL stands for ordered list, and under OL we have what we call LI. LI means list items. So for every list items that you have to give the you have to give him an LI. So let's assume we are having the list of courses or of departments, where we have the computer science, which will take the first list. The second list is food technology. Okay. The next list now we can say computer engineering. Sorry, I'm just speaking randomly. I'm not putting any. The next one we can say chemical engineering. So with this, I'll stop at the OL. Now with that ordered list, so I'll go for unordered list now, which is UL. Unordered list. Remember, HTML is not case sensitive, so whether you write the tag in capital letter or you write it in small letters, it will still give you what you want. So unordered list also have list items. The list items, I will continue from the list of departments. I will have banking and finance. I don't know why I just like bank, maybe because they provide money, you understand. We have civil engineering, and let me add one more list. Which one will I take? Let me see. Electrical engineering. So my civil here is very nice. I know English, as in I'm an A1 student in English, you understand. So don't take it personal. So with this now, let me run. So I'll just go to my folder and double click on the index, because it is in the index that I did it. So now you can now see our ordered lists have numbering system. You understand? Our ordered list have numbering system, and our unordered list have bullets. You get it? It's just like a dot, a very big dot, a very big dot, and a very big dot. So now that is how to use list, how to list items in HTML. So as simple as that. So right now I want us to dive a little bit deeper into the elements to see the root of elements. Now remember I say remember I says that the elements are like boxes. Oh, where's the box? They are like boxes, and you can see for every box there is things that you can do. Like, okay, um what about the border? Aside from the border, which color will the border have? Should there even be border? How thick will the border be? You get it? Those are properties uh, of that box. We can have the edges of the border. Should it be curved? If it should be curved, what is the radius that will be used to measure the curveness? Or should it be just normal? You get it? And the type of text that will be written in that border. Should it be bold? Or should it be just a normal text? Should it be centralized? You get it? So there are so many things that you can add to this, and these are called the attributes. Yeah, for people that do other programming languages will know of the attribute. Now, for example, the attribute of a living thing. Let me take it a little bit deeper. Like, if we take two living things, let's say a dog and a human being, for example, all of them have the attribute of legs, because all of them have legs. But you can see the number of legs that a human being have is only 2, but the number of legs that a dog have is 4. So human being have nose, dog have nose. Human being have ears, dog have ears. Human being have eyes, dog have eyes. Human being have stomach, dog have stomach. Human being have hairs all over his body. Dog have hairs all over his body, and human being have hairs in some part of his body. Now you see, those are the attributes of a living thing called human being, or a living thing called dog. So also our elements, they have attributes. For example, our element can have a name. Okay, we have a name. Our elements can have an identity. Our element can have class, just like human beings or dogs or living things or non-living things. Those are called classes. Our 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 elements can have an attribute called style. Our element can have other attributes, like the A tag having the attribute of href. That is why I did not enter through some of the tags, because we'll have to make use of distance all. Some our elements like of image have src. They have width, they have height, and so many attributes. So now for each and every one of them, we'll be looking through the attribute and see how to manipulate those attributes. Some attribute can be manipulated directly on the element, and some needs to go through CSS. Okay. In our next lectures, I will introduce us to I will introduce us to CSS, and let's see how we can get it further. So let's go back to our VS Code. So now, like this attribute, this element, body. Let me use the body. The body have an element called the BG color. The BG color, that is the background color, and I want to change the background color of this body to let's say something green. I'm a good Nigerian, so don't query me for that. So let me save it and go back to my web browser and refresh it. You can see the background color have changed to green. And for coloring, you can use you can use color tags. A color tag is an hexadecimal number that have that's for the RGB. It starts from hashtag, and after the hashtag you have the combination of red, blue, and green. The red carries the first number from 0 to F. If you don't know about hexadecimal, please study. It is base 16 number. So we have I can give it a 5. Then a green, I can give it an A. A stands for 10. Then B 11, C 12, D 13, E 14, then F 15. It stops at 15, so we only have F. Which 0, when you have 0000, be it black, and FFF, be it white. So here let me give it an F, and let's see the combination of color that we have. You see, a very nice and bright shining color. Wow, Sammy, you are a designer. As in, I'm so good with colors, you know. I'm just kidding. Don't like colors at all. All right, so now this is an example. All right, so let's take another example. Our H1, we can give it an ID name, or an ID or a name that can we can have access to it. Now, when you give him a name, this name can be accessed by the server-side scripting language, or by any programming languages that you are going to use to access that particular element. So let's say I give it the name heading. Now, as I give him the name heading, I cannot give another element in this web page that same name again, because I have given it to this one. So name, it is a unique identity. Not only name, even the ID also is a unique identity to locate a specific element. So if I give this ID as order list, I cannot give another one that same name of order list. But a class can be given as many elements can have the same class. It's just like many people are human being, you know. I am a human being, you are a human being, another person is human being, you know. Plenty human beings are there. So human beings is just like a class, a range. So many elements can have the same class. Like, let's say let me give this one a class of a class of depth. Okay, so also I'll give this one a class, since all of them are depth, you understand. So I'll give them the same class since all of them are the names of departments. So please, you pardon me. After this, I'll just copy and paste. Make a mistake here. So I will just copy this and paste it in all. So with this class now, if I call depth, all I mean is that call for me every element that is bearing a class called depth. You get it? So now that is how the attributes are. So for this time, we'll be looking at some few tags that uses this attribute. Like, okay, we want to that's what we call hyperlink. All right, I want to actually connect my about page. Since I created it, I have not yet visited it, and I want to create a link that for my index, when I click on it, it will take me to my about page. So I think instead of having this okay, let me just create it. So to create a link, we use the anchor tag A. Okay, use the anchor tag A, and the A have what we call href. So now you see, as I write this A, it only gives me this, but when you write, when you type A and you press the enter key, it gives you uh, this attribute that is needed when writing an anchor tag. That's the href. The href is heading reference. Heading reference. Where do you want when this link is clicked should go? Should we stay in the page or should we go to another page? But now I want to link it to my about.html. Now, what I'm going to write here is just about.html. Why I write it as about.html is because both my index.html and my about.html are residing in the same folder. They are all in the same folder. That is why I just write about.html. But I think being the about.html is inside a folder, I will have to reference the folder and say enter into that folder, then look for about.html. But since all of them are in the same folder, so I can just write about.html, as simple as that. And this is where I wanted to go. What message did I want the web browser to display for person to click? I will just click go to about us. All right, so I save. So when I refreshed, you see go to about us is showing here. But when I point at it, look at the location where it says about.html. So when I click it, it takes me to our about us file. So let's create a link in the about.html to bring us back to our index so that we won't be suffering. Okay, because me, I don't like suffering at all. You understand? Sorry. So the A tag, so that it should give me the href at the same time, since they are all in the same page also. So I'll just write the index.html in the href. Then here I will write go to home, as simple as that. All right, so here let me just refresh it and click on go to home. It takes me back to my index page, and I click go to about us. You can see how fun it is. I can even be playing with it all day long. You understand? Just clicking and seeing the colors changing. It's just sweet. Just sweet. This is what these people have been using, like people like Facebook, and we'll just be clicking and clicking, and we don't know where we are going. Also, actually, it's nice. You understand? So that is this about the href. And the href, there are other attributes or properties, let me say properties, that can be manipulated. Not only that, okay, the next time we are going to add an image, or let's just add an image. So I think I will just create a simple image here, just an image for the sake of this tutorial. Okay, I think I'll just create a shape and a cycle. All right, so I'll give it a rate. Yeah, this is nice. So sorry, I'm just playing around. Just cropping it, then let me save it. Save as JPEG on my desktop web tech folder. So in my web tech folder, I'll just save it outside, and I'll call this one try.jpg. So I'll save it. Now if you go to the folder, you'll see this try.jpg is there. So I'll just go to my Visual Code in my about.html. Let me write it. Let me put it in my about.html. So the name, the elements for images is called img. So the img have src, as I tell you, source, and alt stands for alternative. Maybe if the image did not show, what do you want the user to see? Maybe a message that this is a logo, maybe you just write a logo or something like that. So the src is, we call the image try.jpg, if I'm not mistaken, and this one will say trial image. All right, let's just misspell this one so that we'll see what the alt works for, is for, and how it will is supposed to look like. So when I go to my browser and refresh it, you can see it says trial image. That is the alternate text that we write there. It's called trial image. So now let's go back and spell it correctly, the try, and I save it. So let's go and refresh it. F6 to refresh. You can see our image, and now that is not all we can do. Remember, I said that we have so many attributes, so we can still add another attribute called width to define the width of the image that we are using. And we can use, let me say the width should be 200 pixels. So I'll just put 200. Let's refresh it and see. You can see it automatically adjusts it because I did not have the height value. So let's make the height 500. Sorry, I'm very good in spelling, I say. 500. Let's see. Sorry. Let's see. You can now see, because I have the height now, it has to auto adjust it. So now any value that you put it there in the width and the height, that is the size of the image that you have put. So we have so many other attributes, and please go through it. Next, we'll be introducing the CSS, that's the cascading style sheet, and we'll see how far we can go with it. Then we'll now begin to build on the HTML and the CSS at the same time. Then later on we'll introduce the JavaScript also and take it to the next level. Thank you so much, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.